Welcome again to the Professor of Perseverance podcast. I'm Dr. James Purdue, the Professor of Perseverance himself. And again, I've told you before, but I have like a little sweet tooth when an athlete comes on because I used to be athletic and not just an athletic supporter, but you know what I mean. Supporting of athletes. But yeah, I just, man, it just fired up when get an athlete on here and don't know why, but that's the way it happens. Hey, thank you for coming in again. Here we're going to again talk about people who's overcome adversity, their struggles, their adversity, challenges in life, and how they have thrived, kicked all this stuff in the tail, and has moved forward in life. Today, our guest is, let's see, a former D1 athlete, just like I said, got wrapped up in drugs and alcohol that led to dealing here. All right, hit rock bottom, and while he was on the bottom, found our leader, our main man, Jesus, and became a pastor and now entrepreneur. Welcome to the show, Sullivan.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to be here. It's going to be a fun conversation. Super honored that you'd have me on your show.
I'm glad you came again. I got that, like I said, a little sweet tooth for the athletes and everything like that, being a former one myself. So, all right, now I hear your little one in the background. How
Yes,
old's your
sir.
little one? How old is?
She is 20 months old, and we are 15 days away from number 2 being here.
Oh, congratulations
Yeah.
and double congratulations.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So let's go ahead and just get started here, Kyle. So D1 athlete. So what type of sports were you playing?
Yeah, so here's the curveball. So I competed in cheerleading in college after playing football, baseball, powerlifting all through high school. But I am 5'7", 5'8" on a good day with the right amount of product in my hair. So I couldn't cut it. And so the strength and conditioning coach, married to the cheerleading sponsor of the university, and through a series of events, competed in national championships and all kinds of stuff through cheerleading. And so it was a wild ride, definitely unexpected, but it was a ton of fun.
Wow, and this is not the first time I've heard of an athlete that went into cheerleading. Talked to one other guy, and I think he became a cheerleader in his high school days.
Nice.
I don't know if he did the other sports; I can't remember. But the very first time I remember hearing something like this was actually a guy that went to my hometown school, and his team was playing football was up for the state championship, and they'd won it a couple years earlier, and they were running to the playoff section, and he ended up getting a scholarship to go play football at this university. And then I found out later he dropped out of the football and came in the cheerleading, and that was the very first time I heard of someone doing that.
Right.
So, and I have no problem with that. That's pretty cool. I mean, find your way, find what you like, and enjoy
Exactly.
it, and everything like that. I used to teach middle school 7th graders, and one boy decided he wanted to try for cheerleading, but then he was getting all the other boys.
Sure.
You're gay, you're fag, you're whatever, and just going. And I told him, said, if you're trying to break ground, you're gonna have to ignore that to the best of your ability.
Right.
And set a good standard, good ground to move forward. And it got too much for him. He dropped out. I was hoping the best for him. Anybody that's trying to break ground, I'm always hoping the best for him.
Right. Absolutely.
All right, Kyle. So you got into your cheerleading, and then something happening here, and you got wayward with the alcohol and drugs.
Yep. Yeah. Our success or our rock bottom moments are not built in one big fell swoop. It happens over a series of steps leading us towards that path. And, for me, it just intensified, and wanting to be accepted, wanting to be cool or whatever the case may be, just led me to that. And, ended up getting where I got jumped at a drug deal and realized really quickly, wow, I do not want my life to continue down this road. And so I called a guy that I knew from church. I went to church, middle school and high school. My parents were, saved. And I joke I had a drug problem before I had a drug problem because my parents drugged me to church.
There you go.
And,
That's right.
and
That's
so
right.
called the one guy, that I really trusted and from church, and I just said, I need effing Jesus. I just didn't abbreviate anything.
Yeah.
And so he led me to Christ, and that spurred into a series of events of, dropping out of school, going to, quitting cheerleading. I was living at the frat house, moved out of the frat house, got my own place, moved in with some guys, and just started that journey of following Christ. And I didn't know what it looked like. I didn't know what it was going to be, but I just knew that I had a transformational experience, and I wanted my life to be different. And from early on in my faith with Christ, it was my yes is on the table. I'm going to be available and obedient to what you present before me. And I'm just going to say yes. And that led me to go back to school, get my degree in Christian studies, psychology, started being a pastor, early 20s was that until July 1st of last year when I started my own company. And it's been a wild ride, but it's been so fulfilling. And I believe that my calling has stayed the same, though my assignment has changed quite a few times. And I expect it to for the foreseeable future.
Very rare that we all stay on the same path all our life.
Right.
Not all of us is Mother Teresa. Not all of us is Prince Diane. We get bored, tired, fired from whatever, move on with life and start a new chapter. So very rare of you talk very rare of us will be on that same path all our lives, and there's nothing wrong with this. Okay,
Right.
and I agree with you. I agree with you when you talk about it took a series of whatever mishaps to be able to fall, and just like it takes a series for people to be successful.
Right.
You rarely do, and I don't know if I believe into it when people talk about I'm an overnight success. Bull. You were overnight from 10 years of work. So, you may have finally hit it big, but it took 10 years to really get there. 15, 3 years, whatever.
Right.
So, all right, Cal, go ahead, man.
No, I don't know of anybody that has had tremendous success that gets called an overnight success that ever actually believes that happened. They're like, man, this overnight success took years, decades, months, whatever. But it's that compound effect that gets us to the ultimate place of success that everybody sees, but they don't see all the nights and the weekends and the months and the weeks of that putting in the work to produce the thing that everybody wants.
And again, failure the same way. Rarely someone goes downhill in one time. It's a not competitive, but the series, like you said, of downhill, and finally you get to that rock bottom. So, all right, so you met up with your friend. I'm glad of that, and we got to your way of the Lord and everything, and did that for a while. And so, when you were really spiraling out of control and you hit that rock bottom, what made you think to be so positive, to be able to, well, I would like to use the word persevere, than just shutting down and giving up?
Yeah, I think for me, the idea of perseverance comes from my belief that I can pull myself out of this. And once I had a relationship with God, I knew that it was God that was leading me and getting to that place of going, it doesn't matter. You're a whole cliche term. If you're not dead, you're not done. And that I knew that it was going to pan out. I still with what I'm doing now. I've never done anything like this, but I'm a year in and I've learned a lot. I've taken some lumps. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep persevering, because that is what truly successful people do. Is like one of my favorite quotes by Mike Tyson. He says, everybody has a plan till they get hit in the mouth.
Exactly.
And so I add a little tagline to the end of that. And I say, I'm learning to love the taste of my own blood. And so it's that moment in any fight movie or anything where the guy gets hit and he wipes his lips, he sees the blood, and he's just like, oh, it's about to go down.
Yeah.
And so that's the moment I love to live in. It's like, hey, I'm going to take my licks. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep persevering because I understand that the vision that I have for myself is big enough and it's worth it.
Now, here's a question I like to ask other athletes: Is do you think being an athlete have formed you to be that driven? Because I used to tell people, because I was an athlete, I used to think I was invincible, that nothing
Right.
was going to stop me. And till that day I got my neck broke, something stopped me.
Mm,
And so,
right.
I had that invincibility. So, do you think athletes competing
Uh,
help with you right now?
oh, 100%. 100%. I think anybody that is an athlete develops this bit of like the Superman complex of, there's always the next game, there's always the next opponent, there's always the next target. And so I definitely think that it plays into perseverance, being able to have those moments of, man, we're down, we gotta fight back, we gotta call back. Being in athletics definitely develops perseverance.
All right, now let's go to this. While you're spiraling out of control again, I'm assuming, and you let me know, depression comes in and sets in a little bit. How long were you depressed, just down and out? How long? I mean, you were down a year, 6 months, two
Yeah.
weeks, and you're finally saying, "No, I got to get my life back. I got to," and then called your friend out.
I never was.
Okay.
Eat because I got an old pastor buddy of mine that said if you didn't have fun while you were sinning, you didn't do it right. And so for me, I thought, man, this was perfectly normal. I'm just living my life. I'm doing my thing. I was a fully functioning addict. I went to
Mm-hmm.
work, partied, did everything, never, and it wasn't, and even when I quit all of it cold turkey, there was a couple months where it was hard, that just the detox of it all. But I never fell into like, oh, woe was me. It was like, okay, now we have a new plan, we have a new objective, we have a new target. And for me, it was like, okay, I'm doing this. Now I'm doing this, and I need to just go forward with that. So I never really hit this depression while I was spiraling, because I don't even think that I would have called it spiraling in the moment.
Uh huh.
It was just, I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah.
And on the other side of it now, it's like, I can see the steps that I was taking. But it's always the hindsight's 2020.
Okay, so you weren't really, like I said, spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
You were just dipping down, and you were just living life as it was going, thinking it was normal.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
okay,
just thinking,
I got you, I
yeah,
got
I
you.
was just thinking, well, all my friends are doing this, so this is just
Yeah,
what we do. And
yeah,
I'm
I got
throwing
you, I got you.
parties and all this, and I think life is amazing. And it wasn't until I got jumped that I was like, maybe I don't want this to happen again.
Yeah,
This was not a good experience. Before then, everything was awesome. And I thought, I'm 18, 19, 20 years old, thinking I'm like, I am the stuff. Like, I'm
yeah,
gonna be the next, Wolf of Wall Street or something, or Scarface. I'm just like, this is amazing. And then it was like, whoa, I don't want this to happen again.
it become real then,
Right.
real quick.
Yep.
So, all right, yeah, I can understand that. So, yeah, my dad told me one time I was got in a fight in our neighborhood. I was like 14 years old, and he was what we called our Fonzie in our neighborhood, and he was like 16 or 17. I got in a fight with him. He beat me. I like that. He was playing the bongos in my head, and he let me up, and I turned around and hit him in the jaw, and he get me down, started beating me again, and he tell
Mm.
my dad, I said, I'm gonna let him up, but I'm not gonna let him hit me and not get away with it. And he let me up. I hit him again, got me down. Finally, I quit after about the third time. And my dad told me then, you'll appreciate these. He said, man, I admire your guts and want to stand up for yourself. But let me give you a hint. There's no need getting your butt kicked no more than you have to. And, and, and
Yep.
so when you woke up from realizing being jumped like you did, you're going, yeah, that's enough for me.
Right. Yeah. I'm
It's ready
good
to
being
change.
one and done on that.
Yeah. So, all right. So now let's. You got to do. You're pastoring for a while, and now you're leading people with your positivity and showing them the right way, the correct way, the Lord's way, Jesus' way, and from there. So you can touch a little bit on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So my journey into entrepreneurship unofficially started October 5th, 2019, 12:47 a.m., where I held my baby girl for the first time. And everything shifted for me. And listeners that, as a parent, like you just know, like it just happens. And I knew that I wanted to be around more. I knew that I wanted to not just give presents of gifts, but I wanted to give presents of time. I didn't know how. Then the pandemic happened. Well, what I understand and believe is that with disruption allows for reflection. So through a series of events, again, those incremental steps leading to an ultimate destination was, you know what, I'm going to start this coaching company. I'm going to launch Unleash the Champ. And the pillars of what we do is with our calling, our heart, our altitude, mindset, performance. And making that be the thing allowed me to be at home more, to be able to create freedom, to be able to create more impact in a different way that ultimately does produce more income. And so being able to do that and helping people that have really solved the money problem of their life, they're making tons of money, more than enough, but at what sacrifice
Mm-hmm.
and at what cost? Is their relationships healthy? Are they healthy? How's their mental game going? How's their physical aspects of their life? And so getting people that are entrepreneurs, small business owners, executives to see, hey, if you get these in alignment, your bottom line will go up, and it does. That is a tremendous feeling. And being able to learn and pull from the 11 years of leading thousands of people and pastoring to now doing this in the marketplace, it allows for me to have a different perspective because I can have that intuitiveness of being able to coach people through things that they probably wouldn't want to talk about, but through great questions, we can get to a place of breakthrough.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. Now you mentioned the pandemic, so
Mm-hmm.
let's go ahead and go back to that just for a second. You never been through a pandemic. Well, none of us has ever
Oh,
been through a The last one was 100 years ago, they say.
right.
And so how are you able to sustain and be able to keep your business going and your brand and everything like it going through that? Again, perseverance is going through your mind and everything.
Yep.
But I mean, you reach out to other people, get ideas from them,
Oh,
start
100%.
reading. I mean, what happened there?
Oh, I'm a proud learn it all. And so I definitely, man, I just jumped into, I read morning and night anyway. I shifted what I was reading. It was just getting inspiration from things, people, courses. I hired a coach. I'm in a mastermind, all of these things, and getting to a place where I just said, you know what? Like everybody was at home. So really, it was a great time to start. It was a great time to test the waters. It was a great time to put things out there and to have victories and to have defeats and learn and grow. And so really I'll always remember the pandemic for the time that I started the business and said, you know what, why not now? Because it would have been easier to just ride out, get through, and stuff's opening back up. But I just knew I couldn't wait any longer. I think so
Mm-hmm.
many of us we can succumb to analysis paralysis of waiting for the right time. Well, there's never a right time.
Waiting for the perfect time.
Gonna keep you waiting.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're waiting for the right time or the perfect time, just keep waiting and let's see how far you go.
Right. Exactly.
So, all right, now let's get into. I'm not sure what I'm gonna get into now. So, well, go ahead and tell us about your company and your business right now. We're
Yeah.
going to put that into place here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I briefly said with the calling, heart, altitude, mindset, performance. The calling is what we're put on planet Earth to do. It is what we feel most passionate about doing. For me, that is to lead and develop people to discover and chase after the champion they were born to be. We get into the heart. Those are the things that is most important. It's the relationships. The most important relationship is one with ourselves, then with our family, our friends, our coworkers, our colleagues, peers, whatever the case may be. How are you cultivating those healthy relationships that grow and sustain our heart? How are you then able to set the right altitude for where you want to go in life? Because it's not enough to just have a vision of where you're going. You need to have a plan that is forward moving, like you are a plane reaching altitude at launch. And so you have to be able to have that clear plan, execute that plan. Once you have those things, it goes into between the ears. It's the mindset around it. It's being able to go, okay, here's what I want. Here's what I'm designed to be. I got the right things. I have the right focus. I have the right altitude. Do you have the right mindset? Are you in a place where you believe that you can persevere over everything, that you can take what you have, move it forward, and keep growing? And then all of it then boils down to your performance, because where performance is measured, performance improves. So often we just think, oh, I'm just going to have faith, especially in Christian circles. I'm just going to have faith that God will do it. Well, I'm sorry, the Bible I read and the Bible you have says faith without works is dead. So let's put that faith in action, which then allows us to perform well and be, as the Bible says, a 10-talent person. So we need to start acting like it.
Yeah. God to give you the opportunity to work for yourself and do. He's not going to do it all for you.
Right.
So, yeah. So, all right. Now I had a question here. I didn't lost it because you mentioned about you threw me for the faith, and I was going. Yeah, I know a lot of people that go, I'm putting it all in God's hand,
Right.
okay, and God's putting some of it back in your lap. So
Exactly.
so yeah, I've heard that plenty of times with other people. So, all right, now Kyle, what would you tell someone that goes, well, Kyle, you just don't understand. I tried this and everything, and I was positive, like you said, and I was reading and talking to people, but it seemed like for a month I just failed at every opportunity I was doing something, and so I just gave up and quit. So, I mean, what do you tell someone then?
One, I would say you need to keep trying.
Yeah.
It's just like if you try something for a month, it's not long enough. I tell people to at least try a new habit, a new behavior, a new way of thinking, at least for 90 days. Because you really, and then from there, you evaluate. You don't throw it all out. You go, okay, what worked? What didn't work? Where can I improve? What did I like doing about this? What did I not like doing about this? Because being able to evaluate your progress, I mean, there's going to be no results really by you doing anything for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
30 days can set a habit, but if you stop that habit, you're going to stop your results. And so to someone that's, I tried this, I'd say, maybe you need to go back to the first thing and try it a little longer.
That's it. Yes. I met one guy one time, and he was putting out his product to sell. And one woman got on there and she typed in there on the thing, I've done 5 other products, none of them's working, and everything like that. And he said, don't buy mine.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
you
you
need
need
to be the 6th.
Yeah, he said, go back to one of the others that you like the most and stay with them longer. But he said, don't buy mine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you done that, I don't care, 5 different products in a year, you didn't give it enough time to see what's going to happen. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm like that as well. You mentioned a couple of things that I was mentioning about, and also, you're talking about what's worked, what didn't work, what you like, and everything like that. And then also look to see maybe there's a goal or something ahead of you, and now you've been at it for a while, you can go, I don't need that. I can pitch
Right.
that out and still reach where I'm going. Or you say, man, yes, I need that, and I need to find out more about it, and so we can get closer to where we're going.
Yep.
So
100%.
the old thing, with Thomas Edison, he said they were making fun of him. He said they failed 10,000 times with that light bulb, and he said, no, I didn't. I didn't fail. He said I found 10,000 ways it didn't work.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. And to me, it goes to it's not all. I'm assuming luck is involved in a little bit, but a lot of it is your hard work and how much you put into it. And it's not how much you put into it; it's how much of the right stuff you put into it.
100%.
To move forward. And so from there, so
James, my definition of luck is when preparation meets invitation.
there you go. I like it.
And
You need to start to make a good how to make a good book title, man. You need to get you a book.
come on, maybe man, that's funny you mentioned that. I've thought about it a few times, but yeah, luck. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're so lucky," and it's like you may get lucky to if you're constantly preparing, but you don't ever have an invitation, you're not gonna get anywhere. If you get an invitation, but you're not prepared for that moment, you're gonna fall on your face. You're not gonna, and you're not gonna get another one. And so luck is when preparation meets invitation, and you're able to knock it out of the park.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's a hand by hand thing there. Yes. So yeah, I love what you said there. If you get that opportunity, but you're not prepared for it, that's it. And then wherever that opportunity, they may not give you a second chance, and they may not refer you to anybody else for a chance. So
Exactly.
definitely, you got to definitely do your part and be prepared, and then keep moving and straying and contacting, doing what you need to, and then I love the thing people say. You may get I don't know 90 no's before you get 10, and so you play the game, for that. And so that doesn't mean you go to 100 and you go, well, I got 99 and I didn't get my 10. All right, go to the next 100 because you may get 50 out of that. Who knows? So yes, it's easy to give up, but not quite as easy to move forward on what you want to do.
Exactly.
So, all right, Kyle. Hey, man, I appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
Man, you've been cool. Love these athletes, man. So, you've been valuable giving us some insights and everything like that. And
Good.
if people want to come out and get a hold of you and talk with you and see if your program is for them, how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, I'm most active on Instagram. So when I do every show that I'm on, I'll just say for your show, if you're listening, you want to have a conversation, just DM me the word perseverance to Kyle J. Sullivan on Instagram at Kyle J. Sullivan. So I know you came from the Professor of Perseverance podcast, and we'll have a conversation, and I'd be happy to hear your story, connect with you. And if it works out that we get to work together, I'd be honored to do that as well.
There we go. And I'll put that link stuff in the description to make it easier for everybody to find you and stuff like that. So, Kyle, man, this is amazing. I appreciate it and everything. Now, Kyle, I don't know about you, but well, being a pastor, I know you know this. People are struggling out there. I don't care who it is. Even the people the happiest can be, one day they're going to be struggling. So, if you can provide a powerful message to help them get through today, that would be a great blessing for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely, James. One of the things I think the Lord is most reminding me of these days is one of the biggest things that people want is peace. Peace about a decision, peace about a circumstance, peace about what should be the next thing in their life. What I'm feeling and understanding and believing more so than anything else is that the peace comes after our obedience and action. It doesn't come before it. So for people thinking, man, I got to make decisions, should I do this or this or this or this? The most worry, the most potential anxiety, the most weight is before the decision is made. Once you make a decision, then it's like, okay, the decision has been made. I need to move forward. So anybody in here that is struggling, understand that you can move on by taking action, being obedient to the next thing you feel you need to do, and then peace will come, perseverance will come, and power will come.
Amen, brother. I like that what you said is that you need to be obedient and take action.
Yes.
If you expect someone to come give it to you, just like the old, if you're waiting for the perfect time, just keep waiting for someone to come give it to you, and we'll see how long that lasts.
Absolutely.
So, Kyle, thank you for being here and everything. You've been very valuable to our listeners. For the ones that come in today, thank you for listening and everything. And for the ones that are coming in on the replay, hey, reach out to Kyle. Say hello, and if nothing else, say hello. See if maybe there's a way he can help you.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, and thank you for everyone else. Hey, share this out to someone. You know someone needs some help. Again, you don't have to be a cheerleading, alcoholic, drug user, pusher to become a pastor, or you don't have to be a spinal cord injury like me, but you know someone that can use this message, going to share it out to them. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kyle, for coming in. Hey, do something today, tomorrow, something next week that's going to help you persevere past your paralysis.